In 1966, in an office above Times Square, a man clipped 2 electrodes to the leaf of a Dracaena plant. His name was Cleve Backster. He worked with polygraphs, the machines people often call lie detectors. He only wanted to see whether water moving through the plant would change the electrical trace. But the line moved in ways he did not expect. That moment led him into a question he would spend the rest of his life following. What can a living thing feel? And how much of life is connected before we ever decide to measure it? Backster later staged an experiment that sounds like a scene from a detective film. 6 people entered a room. 1 was secretly chosen to destroy a second plant. Another plant remained in the room as the witness. Then the 6 returned, 1 at a time. The surviving plant was connected to the polygraph. Backster reported that when the person who had destroyed the other plant came back, the electrical trace surged. The murder was staged. The victim was a plant. But the question was real. Had one living thing registered what happened to another? Backster called the possibility primary perception, a form of sensitivity belonging to living cells, before thought and before language. You can leave the whole mystery open and still feel the door it opens. Because everywhere we look, life is sensing life. A dog lies beside someone it loves. The room appears unchanged. The person has not spoken. But the dog rises, presses close, stares, paws, or begins the alert it has learned to give. In controlled scent tests, dogs have distinguished samples associated with epileptic seizures from samples collected outside seizures. Whatever the dog receives, odour, movement, breath, chemistry, or a pattern made from all of them, it is reading a change that may still be invisible to everyone else. The bond is not an idea to the dog. It is attention practiced through the whole body. Animals read the earth this way too. An earthquake does not begin with the shaking most humans notice. A smaller, faster pressure wave arrives first. Many animals can feel that first movement before we feel the stronger wave that follows. They are closer to the floor. Their hearing reaches places ours does not. Their bodies have not been taught to ignore every quiet signal. Across cultures, people have also told stories of animals changing their behavior much earlier, leaving, gathering, calling, refusing to enter familiar places. The measurable first wave is one layer. The instinct beneath those older stories is ancient. When the larger body changes, the lives within it respond. The earth is not a platform holding life. The earth is alive with relationship. Go beneath a forest floor, and the picture of separate things begins to disappear. A tree root meets a thread of fungus. The fungus enters a partnership with the tree. Carbon made through photosynthesis moves toward the fungus. Minerals and water move toward the tree. One thread meets another root, then another. Mushrooms are only the brief fruiting bodies we see above the soil. Much of the organism lives below as mycelium, branching, searching, touching, exchanging. In field experiments, scientists used isotope tracers and measured carbon moving in both directions between birch and Douglas fir seedlings connected through ectomycorrhizal fungi. Other experiments have measured resources and stress-related signals moving between connected plants under particular conditions. The science measures a transfer. The forest reveals a relationship. What we call one tree is already a meeting. Sunlight, rain, air, mineral, root, fungus, bacteria, insect, bird, decay, new growth. Nothing living is self-made. Even the boundary of your own body is more open than it looks. You take the world in through breath, food, water, light, sound, touch, and attention. You give yourself back through warmth, movement, voice, breath, care, and presence. You are not standing on a dead object called Earth. You are one living expression inside a living whole. Maybe that is why a plant connected to a wire can disturb us so deeply. It asks whether the silence around us was ever silence. It asks whether the beings we call less aware are simply aware in ways we have forgotten how to recognize. And it asks what changes when we stop treating connection as a metaphor. The next time you pass a tree, do not hurry to make it prove anything. Notice the ground holding its roots and yours. Notice the air moving between leaf and lung. Notice how much life is meeting life without asking to be seen. The plant in that office became famous because a line moved across paper. But the deeper line was already there. It runs through the dog beside the bed, through the first tremor under an animal's feet, through the fungal thread beneath the forest, through the tree, through you. We do not enter the field. We remember that we have never been outside it.